welcome to midweek, and I want to be maybe the first to greet you and say Happy St. Patrick's Day. I don't know a whole lot about St. Patrick. It's honestly a date I've never really even celebrated, and as you can tell by looking, I don't have anything green on. But I was listening to a podcast this morning, and I really liked this guy. He was courageous and had such a passion, this Briton who loved Ireland. So I might commend to you what I'm going to do. I'm going to study a little bit more on this individual because he was a missionary that, for some reason, his favorite color wasn't green, it was blue, and he wasn't an Irish man. He was a Briton. Well, need I say more? We need to study him because he was a missionary with the heart of God. And he was courageous. So happy St. Patrick's Day, and may you learn something new on this day. And by the way, send me an email so that we can all learn together. Hey, I want to come back to our preparation for celebration just a little bit. I've been studying that. It's called Lent. And that is the season prior to Easter, where we utilize the life of Christ and his fasting as preparation. Well, we've called it preparation for celebration. Honestly, I love that. I'm going to hold on to it. But the more I've looked at Christ's life, I want to share with you a couple of other observations that has come from just my meditation of that season of his, of fasting in the desert where he kind of took on the enemy. You're right. It's not celebration. It is preparation for war. He went into battle. He fasted. He kind of sealed up his stomach so that he could release the power of the Spirit. Why? Because he was going to take on one of many battles, maybe one of the most important ones, straight out of the beginning of his, what we call ministry life. His preparation was for war, so that he might win this battle for you and me, so that he might know the truth, so he might speak the truth, and all of that. And I realize that it's not only a preparation for war, but it's what he used as a preparation for ministry. Out of that desert experience, he then had this season, this approximate 3 years of life of ministry, that he was teaching about the kingdom of God. He was talking about his coming death. All of those things got launched in this preparation for celebration. Well, ultimately, the celebration is your and my salvation. But it was a preparation for war. It was a preparation for ministry, but it was also a preparation for people. When he was in the desert, he was by himself. Absolutely by himself. He took on the enemy. He battled him. He didn't have anyone around him. He didn't have anyone supporting him. The Father was watching him, but he was alone. From that point on, other than when he was in prayer, he was with people. It was a season where he heard from the Father. He reminded himself of how we're going to win this kingdom and what it's all about. And so preparation is oriented towards war. It is about ministry, but it's really about people. This time of Lent, of restriction, whether it be fasting or withdrawing from certain things. I've heard of a score of people fasting this season in our church, stopping electronics, stopping sugar, coffee. The list goes on. It's been so remarkable. But it never has an end in and of itself. For Jesus, it was about taking on the enemy, preparing for ministry, but always about people. So I realized his preparation was externally focused. I love the title, or I love the phrase, preparation for celebration. We're celebrating the resurrection of Christ. But even in that, sometimes that can come back, and the benefits of the resurrection of Christ for me, the greatness of God's forgiveness. But the more I study Christ's life, the more I realize his battle was for you. It's for me. His preparation, his fast had an absolute external focus. And so I've been challenged in my season of just preparation, of asking, what's the focal point? I had 5 things that I asked Christ as I entered into this season of preparation. One of them was for the children that are at risk through abortion, through issues that are happening at our border. So no, it's not about me. It's about kids. I've asked God for power in terms of this season. I've asked the Lord for some kids that are being adopted, not in our family, but in a family I love and know. And so I'm asking you today, as we prepare for this celebration, what's the focal point? Is it, God, what you're going to do in my life? Or is it, God, what I want to see you do in the kingdom, in people, for children? Where's the focus? Because Lent, if you will, that series of preparation for Jesus wasn't about him. It was about you and me. And if we're going to mirror the life of Christ and this preparation for celebration, make sure that a part of your focus is outside of yourself, something that God has laid upon your heart for others, and then our life aligns with the heart and life of Christ. I want to bring you up to speed with some of the things coming up for Easter. Number one is the services for that weekend, Saturday night at 6 o'clock, and 3 different times Sunday morning. Sunday at 8, Sunday at 9:30, Sunday at 11. Those are the scheduled times for that weekend only. We're not going to launch a new 8 o'clock service ongoing just for the Easter weekend. And so we will be doing that. And in addition, we're doing sign-ups for that weekend. Why are we going back to sign-ups? For every weekend? No. Easter weekend only. Why? Well, in all honesty, we still need spatial issues. We still are preparing for people. We want the distribution. So we're asking you, help us. And by the way, it's launching today and we're already seeing signups. So you'll get online and you'll sign up and say, this is where we're coming. Make sure if you have family coming with you that you put the number in there. And if that frustrates you, please call the office. We'd be happy to do that for you. 503-364-2285, and you can just let us know. We'd be happy to sign you up. One last thing, not to confuse you, but when we hit 80% at any service, let's just say it's people are so passionate about celebrating Easter that they're going to go Sunday at 8 o'clock. That's a great time. And we get so many people, and if that hits 80% in the sanctuary, then we're also going to open the commons so that we can add an additional 100 or so people there. What that enables us to do is any service, be it 8 o'clock, 9:30, 11, we would do the start the worship team in one place, the preaching in another, just like we do now. What we're going to start with is that everyone is in the sanctuary until we hit 80%, then we will open the commons in that particular hour. So we can kind of keep expanding this thing as you tell us where you want to go to church in terms of the time. So sign-ups. In addition, that week, Holy Week, starting on, this is a week prior to Easter, we're going to have a devotional that's going to launch every day. It's going to be on YouTube. It's going to come to you through Facebook. It's going to be on our website. It's a 5-minute devotional led by our staff about preparation for celebration. We're going to be walking through the life of Christ. So that's going to come out every day at 12 o'clock. In addition to that, at 7 o'clock, we're going to have a prayer time here at the church, open to all. It will be an hour, and we'll be focused on, again, the preparation for the celebration of the resurrection of Jesus Christ. So that's Holy Week. And also, then we finish off that week prior to the Easter services with Good Friday service. That will be 7 o'clock right here. No sign-ups necessary for Good Friday service. You just come, and we're going to have space for you. We'll keep giving those announcements, but by the way, if you forgot one or you can't remember all of them, look online. We're going to have all of this information for you. Last thing today, well, 2 more things. One is we're going to launch a new series this week. And it is all about the context of the culture and the things that I think we need. It's a series that God led me to. It's called What Matters Most. There's a lot of issues that we can address and we need to. The question is, how do we do it? What matters most? It's going to be approximately an 8-week series. I'm still hammering that out, but I think it's going to be an 8-week series out of the book of 1 Corinthians 13. 1 Corinthians 13, we're going to dig deep into that text so you can read it, memorize it, and we're going to be digging into it hard, starting this week with what matters most. And it's really a look at how far-reaching the power of love can be when it's Christ through us. So I look forward to sharing that with you this weekend. Can't wait to be together. We're going to be back in the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 13, launched this week. One last thing. I don't know about you, but at my house, I'm still cleaning up. Still got limbs everywhere and still, it's a great time. I know what to do whenever I have some free time. There's another house. It's called your church. And yes, there's some limbs down. We got some things cleaned up, but we need a spring clean day. So March 27th, 8 o'clock in the morning till 12. I know you got a lot of work at your house. I do too, but I'm going to be here. Can't wait to see you. Let's pack the place. Let's get 100 of us here for that day, March 27th. It's a Saturday. We're going to spring clean. We're going to spread new bark dust. We're going to do all kinds of things. And by the way, if you haven't been able to come down for a while, you're going to see all kinds of amazing work has been done. We're going to add to it. So my prayer goal is, God, would you send us 100 people that love their house? Not the one you live in, the one you worship with. It's this building down here that we call the mothership, if you will, of Salem First Baptist Church. It's a great place to be and to minister, and it's a place I know you love. So let's sign up. You don't have to sign up. Just show up. We need you. If you want to call and give us a registry so that we can make sure we have enough work for you, that's fantastic. But I guarantee you we'll have enough donuts for you. Somebody's going to buy them. I know they always do. So we'll see you this weekend for worship, and also whether it be online or in present, and also the work day. Now, if you are at this point, to protect your health, a virtual individual, you're doing our stream, fantastic. Stay there. Maybe on Saturday, pray for us, the 27th, that nobody gets injured. Thanks for being a part of the team. I love you. Have a great day.